Hey, thanks for tuning in. You're joining Chris at Car Cave USA in Aiken, South Carolina. Our web address is carcaveusa.com. Phone number is 803-262-4742. Doing a walk around video today. One of our favorite brands, and people kind of mispronunciate it. It's Lancia, as our Italian friends have corrected us several times. Not Lancia, Lancia, whatever you want to say. Lancia. We're dealing with a Delta Integrale 16 valve. It's HF, all-wheel drive, 2-liter engine, turbocharged. It's a machine. It jams out. I can attest that. We've had a bunch of these Integrales. The whole Car Cave crew were fans of them, rallied them, drove them road course, over the road, gentlemen's rallies, some competition, repaired them, worked on them, rebuilt some motors. So cool cars. Benefit on this one has some provenance and some history. So we'll go over all that here and as we kind of phase through the video. I do have it in writing on our description on the website. So if you miss something here, kind of the things I say, you can go back to the website, reflect, and you can call me. That phone number again, it was 803-262-4742. If you're looking for financing, we do work with a variety of lenders, so make sure reach out. We'll hook you up with one. Clean car. I just had a brain fart. I apologize. We'll back up. Its history originally delivered to Japan. So you go under the hood, there is the Japanese sticker for import, and there are a lot more Lancias, Delta Integrales that ended up there. We actually have a dealer collection you can see over there that was original Japanese delivered. What's good about that is they're pretty well documented on their cars that were delivered there originally, new in life. We have not pulled the history file, but if that's something you want to do, we have a guy that can go back and pull the history on it while it was in Japan. So from our knowledge, what we could tell is this thing ended up in Maine in 2015, which would place it right at the 25-year mark. Somehow ended up with the owner in Indiana. We tracked the owner down, his name, and didn't get a response. But what was cool is then he ran this thing, Alcan 5000 rally. So when you look at some modifications here, like why are these red mud flaps there? Why do we have these headlamps? Or driving lights, sorry. Why do we have this giant skid plate underneath? Why is it wearing a set of 205? Let me look at my notes here. 45 R16 Nittos. Well, Nitto is the one that the Grappler Adventure Tour actually put on and hosted it. So, pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but pretty sure you kind of had to run some Nitto tires to go along on that little adventure. So, there's some links in our description. You can see this thing on YouTube. It ran the entire course. So before they took it out, my guess is, and I don't have documentation, someone had to go through here and really clean this thing up and make sure it's mechanically sound. It drives out nicely, it spools good, it shifts good, it drives good. It came in second on that tour, first in class, but won't lie, there's only one car in the class. But overall, the only thing that beat it out on a point system was a new Raptor. So think about that one when you can figure out how dialed in the car is. Super sprint exhaust. You also have a strut tower brace here in the rear. You have one up front. The mud flaps, there's a fire extinguisher, and they did an Alpine radio. The 2.0 liter puts out 197 horsepower, 220 foot-pounds of torque. You do have a pretty good weight distribution. I think it's 47% to 53% in the rear. This was one of those rally winning cars, so 6 consecutive championships. It's a beast. If you've never driven one, it's a whole different driving experience. So you can see they do have the charger here. And somebody crawled in the back seat since we've detailed this and put their sandy feet back there. And I know what his name is. It's our photographer. He did it. I'm gonna blame him. He crawled through it. So we like to cycle it through. We do drive all of our cars. We want to make sure they're sound. We do know these, so that is the benefit, that it's not some weird one-off that we've never seen before. And we ran it through our shop. Go here. So looking it over, you do have, I'm looking and talking at the same time, the areas that you'd normally see some rust. This thing's really clean. It shows out nicely. You have the full-size spare, the strut tower brace back here, plus the spare that came with it from the factory. I don't know, it's a well-sorted car. I'd be happy to have it in collection. It's a good driver, and we can get photos down there, because a lot of times these rear bottles like to leak. So ask us for those photos, we will provide them. And it's not an Evo, but the other side of that coin, it's not Evo money. You can go out and drive this. It's clean, it's well sorted, it drives out nicely, it has some good provenance. See the Nitto tires, the wheels, 4-wheel disc brakes. Upholstery is pretty tidy. I do know there's just a little bit of scratching and damage up in this front seat, but the rockers are clean. Door panels, you want to see the undercarriage, we'll get on a rack for you. We don't want you to waste a trip coming to our facility without asking questions ahead of time. We're totally fine giving you more media, more pictures, more video, getting underneath the thing. What it looks like is they had a rally computer plugged in here. It is no longer present, but for the trip, I would assume that's what was in place. Headliners in good shape. You can see a little wave to it. They're in the middle, but there's no tears. Appears to be an Alcantara material. The patterned seats, the door panels, you know, everything's pretty tidy. Go here on the seat. Passenger seat, I'm assuming that's from someone throwing gear over to here from the driver's seat, not from from a human passenger. I could be wrong. Maybe the lady that used to drive it had a big male companion that ride along. All right. Looking at my cheat sheet here, see if I miss anything. Power windows up front, the crank windows in the back, that's typical. Power steering, power brakes, rear wiper, rear defrost, 16-inch alloys. It does have AC, so that is a huge bonus. Having AC, you can see it has 143,000 kilometers. For an old Italian special to make it that far, it's had it been taken care of. The dash is clean, it's nice and intact. It's been a collection in South Carolina since 2022. He had purchased it out of Tampa, and assuming the Tampa owner got it from the guys that took it out and did a little rally fun. So the AC is on there. We're gonna turn it off to start it up. They idle smooth, especially for Lancia from the early 90s. A lot of times you'll hear an idle bounce in these things. It does drive out nicely. I was really impressed when I took it out. Let me get the hood up for you. Sorry, I'm shooting with one hand and filming with the other. So, sounds good. Idle's nice. Went through and, like I said, just checked it down mechanically. We didn't do any service work to it. I think maybe a vacuum line. We had a few small details, but it came in really good condition. You can see you have a oil pressure, oil temp, fuel, voltmeter, temp, bar pressure for your turbo. Wants to rev up nicely. Lights are all off, parking brake back on. There's your AC. So blinkers, brights, and the front lights are not working. We haven't investigated it, but the switchboard is underneath the hood there. Let me go back. I ran through all the windows. The controls are there in the middle, and I want to make sure we go over this bolster. You can see the wear on it. It's not perfect, but it's in good shape. Power window. Other one's going down behind me. So there's the other power window. There's the lights. So rotation here, brights, normal lights, brights, normal lights. See them working. Blinker, see the side marker. Right, it's working. We'll go do a walk around real quick so you can see the lights. Dome lights on. So whoever wired it in, I think the lights, like I said, I just have the one blinker on. You can see the side marker, we can see the other one from there. They put the switch down in here, okay, lights, and the relay. It is actually on right now. I didn't have power to it before, so there it is. They don't work. I haven't figured out the pattern yet, so I'll get back to you on that one. I didn't get it the other day, but I didn't have the car running when I tried them out. So they are working. They wired there under the hood. It might have been a last minute mod before they went out, but they're functional. So you hear it. She sounds good. We have a white floor. You don't see any oil sitting there. You know, even cold start, you didn't see anything residue coming out, moisture. Nothing on the ground, so it's something you want to see there. It's getting good compression. It feels good all the way around. Let it run and the temp heat up slightly. Turn off that blinker. Very rev happy. Let me see if I can figure out my front light pattern. So it is only with the brights on. It's hooked up off the bright relay. So we went over here. You no longer have the front lights. So that is, they hooked the relay. You no longer have power over here. It doesn't light up. So you have to have your brights on to run those lights. So when the brights are on, so they hooked it into that. So you turn on your brights, you leave it in the on position. Brights go on, you get your driving lights. So there you go. Figured that one out while on video. I'm gonna shut this bad boy off. It sounds good, it drives good, it's gonna make someone happy. I have an enclosed building, so let me get this off. All right, so you also know if you rotate this key back, it'll kick all your lights on. So here's where the key actually comes out. Rotate it back. I have not investigated what electronics they have down there. You do have a cigarette lighter, rear defrost, fogs that are connected underneath. You have your hazard switch, rear wiper. So let me go around, you can see the blinkers. And if you wonder about our shop, you can see the variety of oddball stuff we do here. We're into unique and different cars, be it Land Rovers, Lancias, Fiats, and Escort RS 2000. It could be a low mileage C4, a little Fiat, little 500 Racer, Piaggio, and Isetta. So we have a good variety here. We do have a full service shop in the back. Our service shop takes up more space than our dealership. So we'll go back there for a second. I know I've been on video for a while, so if you made it this long, reach out, you get some free merch. See just some of the stuff we have floating around here. A Fulvia, another Integrale, Peugeot 106. That's actually a manual supercharged Jaguar, 2002 Ti. This beautiful FJ40. So this is our shop back here. Again, if you're interested, it's Car Cave USA. Our phone number is 803-262-4742. My name is Chris. We'd be happy to help. So go ahead and reach out. If you have any interest on this, our shop, services, or the car you just saw. So thanks for watching and tuning.